breaking news for Selena Gomez. We got to talk about this, but before we get into it, hello, my name is Sebastian and I spill pop culture tea every single day. And today I am a grown-up, messier breakdown version of Dora the Explorer with my backpack. Well, listen, best friend, welcome back to my channel. It is Halloween week, so I just thought, let's have some fun this week, girl. I don't have a short brown wig, so I thought, you know what, girl, let me just wear this short one, and this is Dora the Explorer after her 5th breakdown of the day, after she chain smokes and drinks from her tequila bottle and just fucking, you know, calls up her ex and gets toxic on his ass, or call his work and his mother to make sure that he's really at work. Listen, so we got to talk about this breaking news of Selena Gomez. I mean, I could not be more happy to hear this and to experience this with you guys, with you and my backpack. But listen, Selena Gomez today announced that Only Murders in the Building season 6 is coming, and my gosh, that makes me happy. I have to tell you now, I think I've told you guys, I have watched here and there, but I get so distracted, you know, with my shows. Like, I have so many shows that I've started, so I'll like watch it and then I'll forget, and then it would be months, and then I'm like, oh my god, I gotta watch it. But my husband and I, we recently just sat down and really freaking, you know, just went on, you know, and just paid attention and really focused and watched all of it. And I have to say, it is one of the most amazing shows. And I don't really love the whole like murder vibe, but this type of show has comedy, it has drama, it has just everything you want, right? And I love it. And I think Selena does an impeccable job. So I was so happy to hear that season 6 was happening, because there was rumors that season 5 was going to be the last one. But now there's rumors that this last one is going to be season 6, but I don't think so. You know what I think? Because next season they're going to London, so they're going to be in London, and I was just in London, best friend. Oh my god, I have to tell you about London in a second, so hang on. Okay, Sebastian, tell this story in like 3 minutes. Okay, good. So they're going to shoot this in London. You know, they've been in New York, Los Angeles, and now London. I'm so happy to see this, because I just think that this show is so cool. And Steve Martin Short are just amazing. I have a thing for Steve Martin, girl. You know, I have daddy issues, but in his case, girl, I have grandpa issues, girl, because there's just something about that man. Ooh, girl. And in one of the episodes, he was wearing some really tight pants, and I could see all his Martin. Okay, girl. I was just like, damn, bitch. Okay, girl, you need to put a warning on that, Steve Martin. What in the Steve Martin is going on here? Martin. Yeah, I was like, okay, Steve Martin, daddy. No, but listen, I just love, and I love their chemistry. I love the way that they interact with them. And I also love the way that outside of the show, they are so supportive of one another. So just love them so much. And so, yeah, I'm so happy to hear that. But what I think is going to happen is that season 6 is going to be in London, and then season 7 will be the last season, and it's going to take place once again in the building. I don't know. The reason, of course, because, you know, they are getting a little older. They're in their 80s, I believe. And, you know, it's so sad to see like your favorites, you know, like, you know, with oh my god, what's her name? Oh my god, I totally forgot. Hang on. Girl, not Susan Sarandon. What is, girl, you know who I'm talking about. Fuck. Cynthia Nixon? No, that's Sex in the City. Oh my god, you know who I'm talking about. Goldie Hawn, Bette Midler, and Sarah. Was it? Hang on, girl. Diane Keaton, girl. Diane Keaton. Listen, I cried when she died. Oh my gosh. And that's just the thing. Like, I tend to love like older actresses. Like, my favorite actress is Goldie Hawn. So I can't, like, I will rip this Dora the Explorer wig off and start running. Okay, bitch. But yeah, I love them. But I do think that it's, you know what? Until they want to, girl. You are welcome on my TV screens and to take me out, see Martin. You know, one time I did date like a really older guy, but I went on a date with him. Okay, let me tell you that really quickly, bitch. So, oh, okay, girl. Yes, mama. Girl, what in the... Dora the Explorer with my backpack. Girl, Dora the Explorer, the adult version. I kicked Barney's ass, okay? That's why I dyed my hair purple, bitch. This is actually Barney. No, so, oh, yeah, you know, it's so funny because I was talking to my husband about this, and I was like, you know, I had a year right before I met him that it was the year of me dating, and I'm actually kind of like, putting this into something like I don't know if it's like a memoir or what it is, but it's like I'm writing down all my dating stories because I can admit, and I see your guys' comments saying, Sebastian, they're crazy, and they are crazy. But yeah, no, I did date an older man. I went on a date with an older man, and I will say that it was he could have definitely been my father. But I will say, it was so different than dating, somebody your age because I don't know, like it kind of felt like he was trying to tell me what to do all the time. And like I enjoyed it a little bit, but also was like, girl, you're not my daddy, but are you my daddy? You know what I mean? So we didn't quite understand, like he didn't understand my pop culture references. I definitely didn't understand what he was talking about. And I feel like both of us kind of realized it halfway through the date that it just was not going to work, for a second date. So the rest of the date, it was so like we both knew that it wasn't working. So we were just kind of like, let down that kind of expectation. And we just kind of like fucking just talked and, talked about guys and talked about, so it just turned into a lovely dinner. But, we knew very early on that it was not good. Because, I didn't understand what he was like, we should go to this museum. And I'm like, a museum? Girl, you got the wrong kid, girl. No, boo-boo, I don't want to go to a museum. What the fuck I look like? Freaking Elle Woods from Legally Blonde? I'm not smart. Anyways, listen. What was I talking about? Yeah, but Steve Martin asked. I would say yes. So, I'm very excited I'm very excited for this new season. I think it's going to be amazing. And, I think it's going to be fabulous. And I'm excited for Selena. I'm excited for what's to come. I really do want her to take a break at some point because I feel like she's been working nonstop. And it would be cool if she took a little bit of a break as well. So maybe after they film season 6, maybe she'll take some kind of break. I think it'll be very necessary for her so she can enjoy wedding life and stuff. But, she has said in the past that she really does enjoy, being, a working, horse like she is. Oh, my London story. So, my husband and I, we recently took a trip to Europe to celebrate our 10th wedding anniversary. And, I still have, like, this phone, you guys, is full of all the videos. I have, like, over 4,000 videos that's going all to my members. The situation is the following, with what happened to my aunt and stuff, like, everything just kind of shifted. So sometimes I'm just kind of, like, I'm just not very well mentally sometimes, and I'm just kind of, like, sad, and all I want to do is just watch TV, work, and that's it. So it's getting there. I'm finally starting to edit them. But we did go to London, and it was my first time in London. And you guys know, I love the Spice Girls. So I knew that the hotel where they filmed Wannabe, I knew that it was there. And it was a little bit further away from where we were staying. And it was in this very bougie hotel. So we took the metro, which is not called the metro. I think it's called the tube, right? So we took the tube or the metro, whatever, and we went to the hotel, and I did read that in the hotel, that place where the staircase where the girls filmed Wannabe, and they did the dance for it, that is a restricted area just for guests of the hotel. And they had to do that because there were so many people coming in and taking pictures and dancing and doing all these things, in front of the staircase. So it was interrupting everybody. And I'm like the type of person that, if the door is not closed, I'm coming in. You know what I mean? In that situation, And so you got to act like you belong, girl. You got to act like you belong. And it was a bougie hotel. So I was like, hello, cheerio. Hello, my room key is 1304, darling. Just going to my room key. We're going to my hotel room to go to the loo. Gotta pee. So I'm walking in, and I tell my husband before we're walking, I'm like, we have one chance. So either we can ask someone and get denied and asked to leave, or we just go in and find it. Okay, get our backpack, Dora the Explorer on. So I said, we're not asking nobody, because I looked at the people working the guests, like, you know, the reception, and they did not look friendly. So I was like, I could literally go and ask and do the right thing, right? And then get told to leave. So I said, no. So we walked around a little bit and boom, I saw the stairs. Oh, it was so amazing. And yeah, it did have like a restricted area sign. But you know what, girl? Like I said, I'm in London once. I'm gonna do what I gotta do. So I did the dance for Wannabe. And I gotta say, best friend, it was so thrilling. I took some pictures. I did the dance. I felt the energy of the Spice Girls. You know, I was thick Spice or mess Spice. And then, of course, right, there was like a couple of other people like coming towards the stairs, and then I saw a security guy coming. Luckily, where I just finished doing the dance and stuff, and I had to do the dance without music because I didn't want to put music and disrespect anybody. So I made sure there was no one around, and I was just kind of like lip syncing it from my head, right? And so I threw the sweater at my husband, and I did all of that, and then and there was no one around. As soon as I finished, I was literally coming down the stairs. 2 people were coming, I guess, to take pictures of it as well. And then the security guard came and said, hey, I think you've had enough time here, so please leave. Absolutely, girl. But he didn't say it like in a way that like you're not supposed to be here. He said like, hey, like, you know, you came, you had enough time to take your pictures and videos, like you can go now. So I guess that it's not illegal to do it, but you have to be fast about it. Like, you have to go take your picture, do your little dance, no music, and get the fuck out of there, right? But yeah, I took a chance. I loved it. I was so happy to be there, and it turned out amazing. And yeah, so that's my little story. I do have more stories, of course. Like when I first arrived to London, this old man, girl, talking about old man, it was in the bathroom of the trains, and I really had to pee, and we had to take another train that was going to be like 40 minutes. So I was like, girl, no, I'm going to pee. So I went to the bathroom, and there was this man in the urinal, and he was and I went into the stall, closed the door, peed, whatever, washed my hands. He was still in the urinal doing and then I went out, and I was like, you know what? If this was like a club, right? If this was like a club of only adults, like, it's still gross, right? But there were kids outside, you know what I mean? So I took my ass and I told the security there, and I told them, because you know what, like, that's just crazy. And even if it was a club, that fucking behavior is crazy. But even more crazier when there's children outside. That we're not gonna do that, girl. So I told the security, he phoned it in, girl. He did something like, and I saw 4 people just going into that bathroom. So sorry to that old pervert, but girl, you should not be doing that there. You should be doing that at your house, okay, bitch? And you did not get consent from the whole fucking train station to be a fucking pervert, okay? Anyways, love you guys so much for watching. I'm so grateful and thankful for you guys. Tune in to Only Murders in the Building, and me and my backpack. We'll see you later. Mwah. Bye.